New house alert, even in a heat wave, your boy is still testing out fragrances, and trust me, my balls is extra sweaty, but we still gonna give you the flavors that you're looking for. Let's roll my motherfucking music so I can put you on to this new house, cause it's got an interesting vibe that I'm fucking with.
Sexy motherfucker. We're all alone. Yeah, that's friends from the south side. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I want to be Cuba.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. Let's get right into this shit, because I don't want to talk too much, because every word that comes out of my mouth is full of shit, followed by sweat dripping down my forehead, like I have high blood pressure. The fragrance house is none other than the House of Specimen. Specimen, it sounds like something you go to a clinic and get paid $250 to look at some 1970s porn and just... Specimen reached out to the kid. They was like, yo, we fuck with your vibe. You want to test this shit out? I was like, sure, as long as I could be honest. You know the fucking spiel. They were like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want. And then I found out who the perfumer behind these particular fragrances are. And it's my spiritual queen from the house of matriarch, Christy Michelle. So I was extra interested to test out these fragrances because Chrissy be doing some fire. And I mean some eclectic fire. Not mass appealing fire, more of that spiritual realm, like I just got possessed or repossessed by somebody and my asshole got tickled in the middle of the night, but that's another conversation. So let's get right into these fragrances. I don't know too much about the house, you know, I don't look up too many details, but I'm gonna let you know the names of the fragrances and what I personally think of them. So there's 3 fragrances that come in this sample kit, and the names are Beach Bum, which, you know, I kind of want to be right now. Cherry Popper, that was me back in the day. And Black Tar, AKA that heroin. So let's get into these fragrances. I'll let you know what's up. I'll give you the notes of the fragrances. I usually don't, but I know you guys like new houses and shit like that. We'll start with Black Tar, because it just reminds me of a name of, you know, illegal paraphernalia. So let's just give that a whirl. When you bring in Christy Michelle on board, the idea that comes into your head should be like, this shit isn't gonna be some average, basic, mass appealing bullshit, nor do I think it's gonna be full-blown House of Matriarch combination. Obviously the brand is completely separate from the two, but that perfumer still has their own vibe and their own style. Now clearly they don't want to be super mass appealing, they want to hit the notes of everybody and make it interesting and artistic, but have their own identity. So Black Tar, let's give this shit a whirl, let's spray this shit on the test strip and see what's goody with the Black Tar. See if I get high or something, because I could use anything in this heat wave. Full disclosure, is not the first time I'm smelling these fragrances, but it's been quite a while because I couldn't find the sample kit. My son, my sweet son, just threw it somewhere. Alright, so Black Tar is definitely like an old vintagey suede jacket with a beautiful silk lining. I remember this beautiful brown suede jacket that I copped from the Salvation Army, true story. The shit was dirt cheap. I think it was like about $22. Shit was lit. Wasn't a Perry Ellis. It was I forgot the name, but it has that kind of a vintagey, suede, aged leather material with like a silky smoothness, a subtle hint of freshness there to help soften up that suede, but it definitely smells like a fucking nubuck jacket or boot. I don't get the Black Tar reference. Like for me, Black Tar, when I think of Black Tar, I either think of heroin or I'm thinking of a New York City rooftop in August, like sizzling and it's just sticking to your fucking feet when you walk. It is a very eclectic, nothing basic about this fragrance. It has a nice mystique about it, but again, it's really suede leather centric and like some greenery in here to help offset the freshness a little bit. For me, this fragrance has a robust mystique about it that's very interesting and very ballsy for a brand to just come out of the gate with something so risky like this. It's not a bad fragrance at all. It's definitely eclectic, not for the mass appealing crowd. Something that's really focused on cold weather and that leather essence that people like. All right, next one. The next one is Beach Bum. Beach Bum. I'm anticipating super aquatic. Again, I did smell these before, but I don't remember them. I smelling shit every single day, fam. I forget shit like my name sometimes. Yeah, this has a little bit of a creamy coconut, not full-blown Hawaiian tropic body lotion, but it's got a hint of like coconut, kind of agua fresca coconut water. Some slight sweetness. It has vanilla listed. I wouldn't pinpoint it specifically as vanilla. Very white chocolatey kind of sweetness. It has an aquatic vibe, but it's not super salty or oceanic. I find it more of a buttery aquatic, if that makes any kind of sense. It's a smooth aquatic, not super salty, not oceanic. It's got the coconut vibe. It essentially smells like a little bit of everything and not everything overdone. So it's aquatic but slightly. It's coconut but not OD. It's vanillic but not super blasty or gourmandy. And it's got a creamy vibe, but it's not like jizz dripping off your face. A nice mesh of all those notes blended very naturally. Like what I get from these two fragrances right off a rip, it doesn't smell synthetic to me. It smells very natural, like these shits were cultivated and scraped by hand kind of shit. Like it just has a very natural vibe about it, which I do enjoy. I don't find this super like, oh my God, but I find it very nice, intriguing, and I don't know, I get the Christy Michelle touch in this shit. And the last one is Cherry Popper, aka Cuba at 17 years old. So this joint straight up is a cherry black and mild. This smells like a cherry cheap cigar that you actually break down and put some marijuana in it, roll it, lick it, crack it, share it between 14 dudes. Yeah, this is definitely a blast of cherry, slightly Robitussin-ish, I'm not gonna front. It's got a little bit of a like over the counter, like, yo, let me get your ID before you buy this shit and start sipping scissor. I just can't get over the fact that it smells like either a cherry black and mild or a cherry Dutch Master that you get from the bodega. That's all I get, cherry and tobacco. Tobacco's a little bit dirty. Smells like the leaf was cracked and let out in the air to dry out a little bit. The cherry is sweet, but it's more like cough syrupy kind of cherry, like a Luden's candy drop kind of cherry. That throat lozenge that nobody really uses a throat lozenge because that shit was really just candy that you chewed on like 15 of them and finished the white pack in one day. If I were to rate these fragrances from best to least favorite, I would say that the Beach Bum is definitely up there, Black Tar, and then this one being my least favorite. All in all, I feel that this house is not producing something for the mass appeal market. It's definitely going for the more artistic realm and trying to make you think. Personally, I'm gonna give them a half a ball spray. I'm not gonna spray them all right now because I'm dying and I'm suffocating. I'm gonna give them a half a ball spray. I think this is a great introduction to the line and I'm very curious to see what else they got in store. So shout out to them for sending me this shit. None of them is trash, so I'm definitely happy that I don't gotta shit on you on camera. And I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart. And I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know what is the biggest in the game who's sweating right now? Smooches.
Cubaknow, what's fresh, who's best? Wanna know who's gonna pass the test? Cubaknow.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tag when it's time to call back. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you